Arsenal could win the Champions League. I think, as an Arsenal fan, saying that and actually having some belief behind it is just mental compared to where we were once upon a time. Like, yeah, we'll get into everything that's just happened this last week, really. Welcome to the channel, everyone, today. Thank you for coming along and joining me. Yeah, we're going to get straight into it. So I was going to react straight away after the game yesterday, but I wanted to take it in more. I wanted to enjoy it. It's the first time I can remember us getting into a Champions League semi-final since, well, I kind of remember 2009. I remember playing, I think it was 2009. I remember it, but I was still only about 9. So this is the first time I can fully like enjoy it and remember how it feels. So it's amazing. Like, what Arteta's done with this team in the last few years takes us to where we are now. I saw a clip. I was at half time. I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw a clip of Arsenal going out to Olympiacos. I think whenever it was, 3 or 4 years ago, maybe more than that. And Aubameyang misses a chance in the last minute, and we go out 2-1 at home to Olympiacos. Like, it's just chalk and cheese between then and now when you think about it. Like, how far we've come to be dumping out Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League 5-1, and deservedly so. Like, it was not even like I don't think 5-1 flattered us. I thought 5-1 was a fair result. I thought Real Madrid were poor. I didn't think they could deal with our press going forwards, and they got dumped out. That's as simple as that. And I think us as Arsenal fans, we're so used to being on the other end of those scorelines. I look back at the Bayern Munich 10-2, Barcelona, the amount of times they would run through us in the round of 16. Like, it was just always the same. So it's weird, but it's obviously nice to have it on the other foot for once. And in terms of how far we can go, I don't think there's no reason why any of these teams in the final four should feel like they can't go and win the whole thing. They've got themselves in the semi-final. We've all beaten some big sides to get to there. PSG have obviously dumped out Villa and Liverpool. We've dumped out Real Madrid. Barcelona have dumped out Dortmund, and I can't remember the Benfica. So Barca probably had the easiest run into the semis. But again, that's probably when you come second in the group, you should get an easier run into the semis. But that's so Barcelona have what they should have. We've obviously had a harder one, and Liverpool had a hard one straight away. And then obviously Inter had to knock out Bayern Munich last night. So all these sides will be taking confidence into it, and they'll all be fancying themselves because there's no Real Madrid and there's no Manchester City in this final four. So it feels very much like everyone's got roughly the same amount of chance. When I was thinking about it, I was like, maybe we come fourth as the favourites, and I don't mind that. I think, like, from the outside looking in, I would think people would put maybe PSG and Barcelona 1 and 2. Probably, I don't know who they go above who, but they'd go them 2 as the 1-2, and then they'd go Inter and then us. What I would actually look at is, I think Inter are actually my favourites, personally. I think Inter are actually my favourites now, because they're just so well drilled, and I have a feeling that they might get through Barcelona because of how well drilled they are. That high line of Barca is good, but all it takes is one team to get through a couple of times and they're out, basically. That's how I look at it. It's so risky. So I look at Inter and I go, you definitely have a chance against Barcelona, which is saying something, because obviously Barca have been absolutely on fire lately. I think Arsenal are once again going to be underrated, but when you look at it, the team who's been most convincing so far in the Champions League out of the knockout games is Arsenal. Like, I don't think it's up for debate. I understand PSG are looking really impressive, but again, lost to Villa when they were away. Nearly went out. Lost to Liverpool at home. They lost. I think they've lost 5 games in Champions League this season. So that it's not like they've been impregnable this season. Like, they have dropped a lot of points. They did drop points in the group stage, and they've also obviously lost some games. They haven't won both knockout games yet. Whether Arsenal have just gone away, we went away to PSV. Everyone was like, "Oh, maybe a banana skin." Slapped them up 7-1. Obviously, come back home, doesn't make a difference what the scoreline is. Madrid, everyone's like, "Oh, we're going out 100%." Slap them up 3-0. Go to the Bernabeu, win 2-1 like it's nothing. Like, these shouldn't be just looked over and glossed over. Arsenal have been the most impressive side in the knockout stages. You could say Barcelona maybe if you want. I understand that. But when you look at the Dortmund Barcelona game, I know they were 4-0 up after the first game. But the second game, they got absolutely battered off Dortmund. And Dortmund probably should have scored 3 goals before Barcelona even got a goal. If they had done that, all of a sudden it's a different game. And I just thought against Real Madrid, there was never a time in the game where I went, oh. Like, even when Saliba made his mistake yesterday, I was never worried that it was going to cause anything. I just went, why have you done that? When it happened, I literally said, why have you done that, Saliba? Like, what? Why? You're trying to create an atmosphere for them. Yeah, it was a weird moment that. But again, like I'm trying to say, I've not had a moment across these 2 games where I thought, oh, we're in trouble here. Like, I thought we were more comfortable. It was weird. I thought we were more comfortable at the Bernabeu than we were at the Emirates, which says a lot about this team's character. I thought Kivior was outstanding. I said during the game yesterday, I was like, I think Kivior has been better at the Bernabeu than he was at the Emirates. Like, he looked more composed, and it's like, that's not how it's meant to happen. Yeah, I thought he was outstanding. I thought we looked comfortable, and we'll get into a couple of the players' performances because some of them were outstanding. I've got to start with, obviously, I'm starting with Marcelo Skelly because obviously Declan Rice gets corners. We'll get on to him. He's been outstanding over the 2 legs. But Miles Lewis Skelly, we came off the England international break and we went, right, it was really good for England. Like, this kid's here to stay. But what level is he at? Can he do it against Real Madrid? And boy, oh boy, did he show everyone he can. Even I was like, before the game, I was like, he's really good and I want him to play, but I'm still a little bit worried because he's up against some world-class forwards. You wouldn't even be able to tell. Every time he picked up the ball, he was so confident on it, and he just did a drop of the shoulder, and he's so press resistant. He's just so good. That's all I kept saying yesterday. Every time he picked up the ball, I'm like, he's just so good. Like, it doesn't make sense. The kid's 18 at the Bernabeu, running through Real Madrid's team. Like, make it make sense. It's not normal what he's doing. I just thought, he was he was absolutely outstanding yesterday, and I just loved him. I loved watching him. Now he just looked like he belonged. He must have felt like this is my level. This is what I should be doing, because Madrid didn't get near him. They couldn't lay a glove on him. They kept fouling him. Like, the only way they could stop him was to bring him down. Like, Rudiger had nothing at one point, just stamped him. It was like, that's all they could do. Oh, it was just so good to watch. Like, over the 2 legs, he's proved that he's proved 2 things. He has to start at left back, or he has to start for Arsenal somewhere. And the second thing, is this kid's here to stay for a long time. If I'm Arsenal right now, I'm drawing up a 10-year contract and fucking just sign it now, because Jesus, he was so good. Guys. And then we'll get on to we'll give Declan Rice his flowers now. Like, he's proved the £100 million price tag was right. That's all I'm gonna say. Going into the game, there are people saying, "Oh, Bellingham's gonna show you what a £100 million player looks like." Get out of here! Get out of here! Bellingham could not get near Rice. Like, Rice was running forward at will. And the thing that impressed me about Rice actually the most was his reading of the game. There were so many times in the game when we dribbled out the ball in the middle of the pitch and they would go forwards and they would just try to like lay it off backwards one. Every single time Rice read it. So if you watch the game, you'll see him how many times he kind of just shuffles himself forwards, takes that risk of Madrid maybe turning, running at them. But he just takes the risk and steps forwards out of the midfield essentially. So when they play the ball, he just gets it and drives with it. It happened a few times in the game yesterday. That's what was so impressive for me. And yeah, he just ran the game. Like, it was a midfield. These two legs have been an all-time midfield performance. Declan Rice. I thought the penalty decision to be overturned was correct. It was never a penalty. I also don't think it was a pen. I'm not going to lie. I understand that it's a foul, but I think the foul doesn't affect the run of the game. Like, so guys, I know people will say it doesn't make a difference. It's off the ball, like it's a foul. I get that, but if it's not going to make a difference for a corner, then I don't want to see penalties given for that. That's all I'm saying. If he was going to get the ball, then different story, you know. But anyway, enough of that. Declan Rice. They were saying in the comments yesterday, where's this put him in the top midfielders in the world? And it's like, you know what? It does put him in that top bracket. If you can do it in the Champions League against Real Madrid, man of the match both games, you deserve to be in the top bracket of midfielders no matter what. So I'm talking, he's up with Rodri, he's up with Barella's. I'm trying to think who's up that level. Rodri, Barella, him. You still have De Bruyne up there. You would have had Bernardo Silva. I'm just trying to think of like Pedri, obviously, and De Jong. I think that's me. I think that'd be my like top. I think I'm having top 5 midfielders in the world right now. You got to have Declan Rice, Pedri, Barella. Just trying to think in my head. I don't think you can put Rodri in it because he hasn't played all season. That's my only logic with it. That's the only reason I would put him in there. If we're taking injured players into account, I put Rodri and De Jong. Those would be my 5. Those would be my 5 best centre mids in the world right now. I don't count Bruno as centre mid, so Bruno Fernandes doesn't enter that conversation for me personally. But he has put himself in there. I think before the game, before these 2 legs, you might have gone, Declan Rice, very good midfielder. I'm not sure if he's world class though. Now, there's no debate, he's world class. Like, he just is. Him and Saka put themselves in the debate to be the best in their position in the world. Like, that says so much. They've both confirmed their world class status. Like, there's no denying it now. There's none of this, oh, he's close, he's close. No. My guy's world class. Yeah, like, there's no debate now with Saka. And we'll give Saka some time in the day as well. The penalty broke me. I saw it got over it. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, like, please, no, just give it Saka. Give it Saka. I'm like, yeah, cool, it's goal. Because I'm so confident. Normally he just puts his foot through it and levers it. I understand why he's Panenka'd it, but if you're gonna Panenka it, you've got to get it right. You have to get it right there. all he's got to do is put it down the middle. He puts it down the middle and it's a goal, and we say, oh, he's the cheek of this guy, like the confidence that the Bernabeu's think it like that. Like, yeah, but and then I don't know who Carvajal thinks he is to apparently at half time he went up to Saka's like, how dare you Panenka at the Bernabeu. I was like, fuck off, mate. Like, what are you on about? Like, do one. He can do what he wants. Like, who are you to say you can't Panenka it? Like, get out, get yourself fit, mate. Like, what are you on about? I thought Real Madrid were. It was almost like they felt like they were entitled to the comeback. They felt like they were entitled to get through, and it's like, nah, you got to earn this. I thought they were so poor. They couldn't play out the back against us. They couldn't break us down. All they could do was hit it long and cross the ball. It was like watching a prime Stoke City, but they were crap compared to Stoke City. At least they used to give us issues. Madrid were woeful. The only player that scared me that whole game was Mbappe. And I was saying before the game, Mbappe for me is like the scariest player to play against in football, I think. Because we were talking about like having PSG next potentially, and obviously having their front three, and they were like, oh, is it mad that I'm more scared of PSG's wingers than Madrid's? And I'm like, no, you know what? I agree with you. Due or Barcola and Kvaratskhelia is much scarier right now than Vinny and Rodrigo, just because of how direct they are, how fast they are, the quality they possess. Like, but as I said, I'd rather play against Ousmane Dembele than Mbappe. Even right now, even the form Dembele's in, because Mbappe's just frightening with the pace he has. There's a few times in the game you saw it, like he just picked up the ball, and he's clearly the fastest player in the world. Like, there's no debate for me. He was just running away from us. Like, he'd pick up the ball in our half, in their half, run away from our midfield, and just try and take it by himself. And he was just so quick. Don't get me wrong, I thought second half he had a really quiet game, but out of the front three, I thought he was the best out of the lot until he went off. And when he went off, I was like, yeah, cool. They're not doing anything now, because Vinny. Oh. I think he got past Timber once. Over two legs. That was it. So for the supposedly best winger in the world, or one of the best wingers in the world, he was so crap. I thought he was so overrated, and he's just proved what I said right in my preview for this tie. I said he was overrated. He would have been the worst Ballon d'Or winner we'd ever seen if he'd won it. And I stand by that. Like, he was awful. He didn't do anything. Like, he did the same thing every time last night, which was get it to the byline, cross it with his left foot. But he couldn't even do it. He couldn't even get to the byline, cross it with his left foot. That's how bad he was. Like, every time I got the ball, I was like, yeah, cool, fine. Timber's got him. Like, I'm not stressed here. I just thought Timber's got him. Nice and easy here. Like, I was so impressed with Timber as well. We're gonna give everyone their flowers. Oh my god, they've done this road. You know when you go over a road and there's like fresh potholes being covered, you're like, oh god, yes, finally. Anyway, enough of that. Kivior, outstanding. I think even without the Saliba mistake in there, I thought he was better than Saliba. I thought that was Kivior's best game in an Arsenal shirt by a country mile. He looked more progressive on the ball, putting it forwards more. He looked comfortable, he looked more composed. His defending was better. Mbappe tried pulling onto him in the game and it never worked once. There was a moment in the game where I think the ball comes in from the cross. I think Endrick might chest it up in the air, and Kivior does header, back to the keeper. It's like, that's not Kivior. That is not how Kivior plays. He just showed a great composure in the game, and I was so impressed. I was so happy for him as well. He showed that he could play at that level as well. And then Saliba obviously has the blunder for the goal, but I thought outside of that, I still thought he was class. I thought he sharpened back perfectly. There's a moment in that might have been in the first half when Mbappe tries to like flip-flap him on the edge of the box and Saliba just steps across him like perfectly. Thought that was class. Yeah, I was so impressed with Saliba. Anyone else that can... They were all class. I thought Odegaard showed flashes of his old self, but he just needs to be... I know he's struggling for confidence, but he needs to like puff his chest out more, shake off whatever's on him, and just take the game. Like, he has the quality to just take the game by the scruff of the neck, but he just doesn't do it. And he basically tries to pie it off to Saka every time he gets the ball. Like, he'd pick up the ball, no one's ahead of him, but he'd still look for a pass. It's like, nah, you've got to try and take some initiative yourself here, mate. You're the captain. So if we're gonna have a shot at the Champions League, he needs to step up and take accountability for himself here. I thought Martinelli as well. We'll get onto it. I thought Martinelli had his best game in an Arsenal shirt for a long while as well. It might be one of his best games in an Arsenal shirt, full stop. I thought he was really positive, took on his fullback every time, brought to the pitch brilliantly, took his goal fantastically well, was creative. Like, I thought he was perfect. Well, not quite perfect, but you know what I mean. I thought he was class. We'll go past this thing. Yeah, I just thought Martinelli was absolutely class, and I thought he was I lost myself there, but he was class again, like outstanding, especially over the two legs as well. Mourinho, we have to give him a round of applause, Mourinho, because he's proved me wrong, he's proved everyone else wrong. I love the guy. I just love the guy now. Like, don't get me wrong, he should be playing the next season, but Lord, he was so good yesterday. 2 assists as well, and everything he did was just great. Like, he can win a header or two, I'll tell you that for sure. Like, he was so good in the air yesterday. I think he beat Rudiger 8 out of 10 times yesterday. He was really, really, really top against him. And that's supposedly like the most aggressive defender in the world. And I thought coming into this game, I was like, oh, that's a lot of that's a big defensive responsibility to have. I mean, oh, let's do this quickly. Sorry guys, 1 second. Yeah, I thought maybe it might be too aggressive for him. I haven't played against Rudiger, I thought it might be too aggressive for him, but he proved me wrong as well. I thought he was outstanding, and could have got man of the match, to be fair, yesterday. In terms of our chances going forwards, I don't think we should be unconfident. I think we should look at PSG and go, look, we've beat them already. Who cares if it's a bit of a different side now? Who cares if Dembele didn't play in that game? It was still PSG. It's still the same midfield that everyone's raving about. Like, we should still go there and be like, nah, fuck that, we're Arsenal. Like, that's how we got to do it. I think the only blot yesterday, which has really, really annoyed me, is that Partey booking. I think that Partey booking is an absolute killer for us. I was so annoyed that he did that. He got himself suspended for the next game, and it's just so frustrating. It was such a nothing yellow card. Like, he wasn't even involved. It wasn't like a foul or anything. He just lost his head for a second. Oh. So, not sure who we're going to play in midfield. Potentially we'll play Trossard in the false 9, and Mourinho will drop in maybe. But I don't know what's going to happen there. I really don't know. Maybe he puts Zinchenko into midfield. I'm not sure Jorginho's going to... I wouldn't play Jorginho anyway against PSG. I think they're too quick. Maybe he puts Zinchenko into there. I don't know how I would do it, but personally I'd look at maybe putting Skelly into midfield, moving Timber and White as the fullbacks, or potentially almost a back three where you have Timber, all white in the middle, and then basically you'd have Skelly and Timber on the ball. We have them two inverting, and then you'd have two at the back, and then like that's how I look at it. So it'd be like a 3-2, like 5, like we were doing before against Real Madrid. But we shall see what happens. Thank you guys for coming along. Arsenal are going to win the Champions League, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.